Ecuador's incumbent president Daniel Noboa has won re-election in a runoff vote, meaning he will now serve a full 4-year term.
에콰도르 대선 2차 투표 결과 다니엘 노보아 현 대통령이 재선에 성공하면서 앞으로 온전한 임기 4년을 정식으로 시작할 예정입니다. Now, he became president just under 2 years ago?
Yeah, November 2023 was when he took power. There was a snap election there, and we've just had another election here, which he won. However, his challenger, the left-wing Luisa Gonzalez, is not accepting the result and is claiming fraud. And we've seen this in certain countries when an election happens, then the loser steps out and says, I think something fishy went on here.
She wants a recount.
She does. Yeah. However, Ecuador's National Electoral Council said it was a decisive win for Noboa, about 56% of the vote. Before the election, it was suggested from polls that it was neck and neck. So in any case, Noboa has won, and he's focusing on his war on criminal drug gangs. He's focusing on young people, and we'll see what happens.
그래요. 자, 지금 현 에콰도르 대통령인 다니엘 노보아는 2023년 11월부터 대통령직을 맡게 됐는데 그때 당시에 전임자가 임기를 다 마치지 못하고 이제 노보아 대통령이 그 자리를 차지하게 된 거죠. 그러니까 사실 지금의 임기는 꽉 찬 4년 임기를 하고 있는 게 아닌데 이번에 재선에 성공하면서 이번에는 a full 4-year term
Yeah.
온전한 꽉 찬 4년 임기를 이제 시작하게 되겠죠, 곧. So tell us about this expression here. He's the incumbent president.
Well, we don't have this term in Korea because presidents only serve one term. An incumbent president is someone who's already served a term.
Okay.
So, for example, in the UK, we can have an incumbent prime minister. Tony Blair, when he went up for a re-election back in the early 2000s, was the incumbent candidate. It's the person who's already in the position.
We could talk about, former presidents and incumbent presidents in Korea too.
Yes.
Yeah, but as you said, because we only have one term, it's a little bit different.
Exactly, because you're not going for re-election.
Okay, 그래요. 자, 그리고 이게 무슨 말이냐면은 현재 재임 중인이라는 뜻이 있어요. 그래서 incumbent president는 현 대통령이라는 뜻이 되겠죠. But I don't know if you use incumbent for other jobs.
Well, I think if it's elected, then you can talk about the incumbent chair of the board or the incumbent head of the council or whatever it may be. When it comes to a position where you're going to be picked or chosen, where there's some kind of voting process, I think it's okay. For presidents as well, we don't normally use it outside of election time because we just refer to the president.
Okay, so if someone is currently a teacher, you wouldn't say, this is my incumbent teacher.
No, because they haven't been voted into the position.
Right, exactly. So there's some sort of vote or election involved.
Yeah,
normally.
It's going to be a position of office of some kind.
Okay, got it. 그래요. 그래서 보통은 이렇게 incumbent president라는 표현이 두 개가 같이 많이 붙어 다니죠. 그래서 현 대통령이다. 근데 그 외에도 이렇게 선출된 직이고 현재 재임 중이고 그러면은 쓸 수 있을 것 같고요. 다음으로 이 표현을 좀 보고 싶은데 Noboa won the runoff vote on Sunday.
Yeah, this is another one I think unfamiliar in Korea and a lot of countries. Only some countries do this. France does this as well. It's when you have two votes, basically. You have a first vote where you have many or several candidates, and then the top two will go into the runoff vote, and then only one person will win the election. So here, this is the system in Ecuador. They have their first vote, where there may be, I don't know, a dozen or less or more candidates on the ballot, and then when we get the final two, the top two, as it were, then they will go to a runoff vote.
네, 에콰도르에서 현지 시간 일요일 이 runoff vote가 진행이 됐는데요. 결선 투표라고도 하고 2차 투표라고도 볼 수 있습니다. 그러니까 사실 1차 투표 때 확실히 누가 앞서갔으면은 거기서 끝나는 건데 동점이 나오면은 2차 투표로 가게 되죠. 그게 바로 이 runoff vote고 거기에서 이제 승리를 거머쥐면서 이번에 재선에 성공을 하게 된 에콰도르 현 대통령 또 이제 앞으로도 또 한 번 더 대통령을 하게 됩니다. 다니엘 노보아 대통령이네요. 다시 한번 제가 읽어보겠습니다. Ecuador's incumbent president Daniel Noboa has won re-election in a runoff vote, meaning he will now serve a full 4-year term.